So you want to summon me in your dream? Well, the best way to do that would be set an alarm 2 hours before you usually wake up. Oh, no, hang on. Yep. When you wake up from that alarm, immediately write down any memories you have. Think to yourself, what was the last thing I was thinking of? And write it down. Write it in a notepad on your phone. It doesn't matter. You're trying to recall dreams. Then, as you're falling asleep, repeat the mantra in your head. I will see Rowdy in my dream. I will see Rowdy in my dreams. Or Rowdy will appear in my dreams. Something like that. Repeat that in your head as you're falling asleep. And if you want, try to visualize me, like imagine me, whatever, as you're falling asleep. Then, as you wake up to start the day, your normal awakening time, you need to do what you did before. So as soon as you wake up, you have to think to yourself, what was the last thing I was thinking of? Scan your brain for like memories. You're trying to recall your dreams. Also, try to remember when you wake up, try to keep your eyes closed. Don't open them immediately, keep them closed. And with your eyes closed, you want to remember your dreams. While you have your eyes closed. That's a quick explanation. I wanted to get that just done fast. But I will go more into depth on how it all works. But hello there. This is how to summon me or anyone you want into your dream. Okay, follow me on my socials in the links in the comments. Hang on, I need to check if I know I forgot. So I have been lucid dreaming. Well, I've been trying to lucid dream for the last 3 years, but I have always had lucid dreams my entire life. But I really started getting interested in it in 2021, and I just wanted to be able to control my dreams better. One thing you all need to know is that you all dream. Everyone dreams 6 to 8 times per night. Let's say you just probably don't remember them. Another thing I should mention, your most active dreaming is during the REM stage of sleep, rapid eye movement, and that stage happens later on. So like the last 6 to 8 hours, 6 to 10 hours, 5 to 9 hours, however long you sleep for, the like I get scared, like I get anxious in a dream. This happens like pretty much like 80% or 85% of my no, probably more than that. Majority of my lucid dreams, I'm worried I'm gonna say like spawn this person, and then I'm like scared. Oh, I don't know if they'll spawn or not. Shit, like what if I wake up in the dream? I always have to fear. What if I'll wake up? But there are ways to get around that. However, this is not really relevant to you guys because I'm assuming that most of you don't lucid dream or don't know how to. Everyone can lucid dream, and I will explain to you the two main methods people use to lucid dream. The first one and the easier one is called mild or mnemonic induction of lucid dreams, and you're basically using your memory to remind yourself to lucid dream. There's 5 steps. The first step is as you're falling asleep. This could be you're falling asleep for the first time in the night, you did awake to bed, whatever. As you're falling asleep, imagine yourself in a previous dream you had. Step 1, imagine yourself in the previous dream. Step 2, imagine yourself walking around that dream. You're looking around the environment, and then you notice something off about the dream. So maybe this previous dream is you were in your school. Well, the thing that's off is, why the hell are you in your school? Or old school. Like if your dream takes place in your elementary school or primary school, you would think to yourself, I'm an adult, why am I here, And that's a dream sign. That means you're in a dream. And so you want to imagine yourself picking out this dream sign and saying, hey, this is not how it should be. I'm in a dream. So you're basically imagining yourself becoming lucid in the dream. And then once you've done that, imagine yourself in the dream, you want to imagine yourself doing whatever you want. So for example, if you want to spawn me, you would then imagine yourself, hey, I'm lucid, let's spawn Rowdy. And then you spawn Rowdy and I appear, blah 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 blah. And then the next step is just to repeat that over in your head. And that is basically mild. The next technique people use is called wild, which means wake induced lucid dream. And basically this one is you're falling asleep while staying awake. You're falling asleep while trying to maintain consciousness, but the smallest amount of consciousness possible, the amount that allows you to go into the dream world, fall asleep, but still knows what's happening, This one's definitely an advanced one, and how people do it is they use anchors when they're falling asleep. Now an anchor is basically something that helps you maintain that awareness. So, for example, you could fall asleep, but as you're falling asleep, you can get like a remote or a toothbrush and hold onto the toothbrush as you're falling asleep, and basically focus on the feeling of that toothbrush, like in your hand, and you focus on that for as long as you can, and then eventually you'll realize, oh shit, instantly, because you know when you wake up and you like get up and you feel so groggy and shit. Like if you wake up after 5 or 6 hours, you feel like fucked, you know, like super super tired, and you're able to fall asleep, like back to sleep in seconds. That period of time is when you can re-enter like a dream or do the wild easiest. So I've had times where I've woken up but I've kept my eyes closed, re-entered a dream, woken up from that dream but kept my eyes closed again and re-entered like a dream lucidly, and I've been able to have like 5 or 6 lucid dreams in a row, because like you keep waking up but re-entering the dream because you're keeping your eyes closed and you're maintaining that awareness. Another thing I want to talk about is false awakenings. Now, false awakenings are very likely to occur when doing wake back to beds. Now, a false awakening is when you wake up in a dream, but most likely you're not going to think you're in a dream, you're going to think it's real life. So you wake up, you might even start your day, you might even write down your dreams, and then you wake up for real. And you say, oh shit. So the way to counter that, and I should have mentioned this before, is by doing reality checks. Now reality checks are very, very important. A reality check is just checking to make sure you're not in a dream, making sure you're in the real world. Now you might think it's obvious that you're in the real world, but it's only obvious when you're in the real world. If you're in a dream, it is not obvious that you're in a dream. You're dumb. You're very dumb. And that's why you gotta do a reality check. So, one common reality check is looking and counting your fingers, looking down your hand, counting your fingers. Because in a dream, what happens is you might have multiple fingers, or less than 5 fingers. I don't know if people have less, but I always have like 6 or 7 fingers in a dream. That will trigger you to become lucid. If you do it, like, that's the thing. That's another thing of becoming lucid. If you do reality checks enough in the daytime, you will start doing them in your dreams. And if you do a reality check in your dream, it's going to trigger you to become lucid, because you'll count your fingers and say, oh shit, I got 7. I'm in a dream. Or the other good reality check is you plug your nose and try to inhale. You see, in real life you can't inhale, but in the dream world you can inhale. Those are the 2 reality checks I use most. So, let's recap. I understand mild and wild can be a little hard, and to be honest, I don't use either. I am kind of a natural lucid dreamer. I probably have a few every week. And the only techniques I use are awareness, daytime awareness, which is a very hard concept to explain. It's basically being present in the moment and being aware of your surroundings, you know, not just walking around and doing shit like blindly. You actually have to basically imagine like yourself in third person while you're doing things. That's awareness, and that is what I try to do daily, as many times as I can. But for example, the last 20 minutes I wasn't doing it, I forgot, but right before I filmed the video I did it a bit. But I feel like I'm like rambling really, really hard. But what was I gonna talk about, man? The summoning tree. If you ever find yourself in a dream and you know you're a dream, this is how you will spawn me. Find a tree, go up to the tree. Any tree, it can be any tree in dreams. It's the summoning tree. Go up to that tree, put your hand on the tree. The tree will absorb your energy, and any doubts you have that it will work, it will work. It uses that as fuel. And say to the tree, summon Rowdy. Be patient, and then I will appear. I might step out from behind the tree. I might be somewhere else in the environment you're in, but I will appear. personal way of summoning people into a dream. But like I said at the start, that on summoning tree only works if you're lucid. Most of you guys aren't going to become lucid, but you should try to, because it's awesome. But for those of you who just want the easy way, I will go over it quickly again. Like I said at the start of the video, you want to do a wake back to bed. The more wake back to beds you do, the more chance you have of me being in your dream. Wake up 5 hours after going to sleep. Write down any dreams you remember. Then as you're falling asleep, repeat the mantra in your head. I will see Rowdy, I will see Rowdy. Go to sleep. Wake up 7 hours after your first